What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the simulator. Welcome back to the channel, Turbo Talon Golf on YouTube. It's a lazy Sunday afternoon. It's July 27th, 2025. Let's get a quick weather report in the simulator. It is not cold outside. It's about 84 degrees in the sim. I've been dousing myself with water and I have a fan blowing on me. Well, I did. And my garage it's got 20 feet, 25 foot ceilings. There is no feasible way to cool this. There's no feasible way to cool this space, unfortunately. It's just not gonna happen. It's too big. The good news is it stays pretty okay in the winter. I don't think it gets much past below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, but that's still finger chilling cold. You'll see me wearing long pants or a long shirt or something. And I also have a heater over here too. Anyway, enough about the weather. Let's play Bogey's Backyard Golf League, the Swag Pack Open at Seven Canyons. Seven Canyons is not ringing a bell. That doesn't mean anything. 6 foot gimme auto putt here for the vital stats. White tees, 5,576 yards. Friday pins, normal green firmness. Stimp is 11 and it's got exclamation marks to it, which I believe, it's got exclamation marks next to it, which I believe means that that's too much stimp for the greens or some of the greens, and that a ball might not stick or something. I can't remember. And I think it might be a beta thing. I don't know if it's in the current, like, on the streets release of GS Pro. Someone will probably correct me in the comments if anyone hears me make this comment. And then back to what I was talking about. We got fairway firmness is hard, so we're going to have a good bit of ball rollout. Wind is calm, and the tournament's at 4,600 feet, which is actually really close to my actual altitude here in Utah. Let's load the course up and see what we're looking at. Oh boy, I am tired. So many golf balls. So many golf balls. When you don't lose as many golf balls as you find on the course, you start to accumulate golf balls. I have a 5-gallon bucket of golf balls over there. One of the dudes I used to work with a few years ago said he had a 55-gallon drum, like a water barrel, full of golf balls. And I was like, geez, dude. Like, what would you ever even do with all of those? Sell them? Okay, absolutely beautiful course. Let's check graphics settings here to see if we can do anything better. Toggle advanced. Nope, that doesn't make it better. That makes it worse. I like my clouds. Let's save and exit. And then I'm going to remap one of the buttons on this Sim Caddie button box to something else, and I'm going to pause you guys while I do it. But since hide objects doesn't really do anything in GS Pro anymore, you can see that it does nothing. It almost adds like a volumetric fog. And it stopped working a long time ago. You used to be able to hide the layer of stuff in front of you, say you were playing out of a bush or something, but it doesn't work anymore. Or I'm losing my mind. I'm not sure which one it is. But what I'm going to do is remap this button to bring up the mini map, which I believe is the S button. So I'm going to remap hide objects to open close mini map. I'm going to do that real quick. It'll seem instantaneous to you, but I will be back in 2 jiggles. Alrighty, and I'm back. Remapping these buttons isn't as easy as I thought it'd be. I don't care that much. I'll do it later off camera. But in the meantime, what do we got going on here? Beautiful looking little course. I think we're going to hit right in this area here based on the altitude. This is closer to my, like I said, this is closer to my actual altitude in real life. And I think yesterday on the golf course I had a couple of 290-yard drives. I am not bragging, I promise. I'm just saying, if you're playing 5,500-yard tees and you're hitting 290, 280, 290-yard drives, your hole's going to be a lot easier because you're going to be much closer to the pin and you can use a shorter club. And my bag does not want to stay up. I don't know why. We'll see if it tips over during the round. I hope it doesn't, but I'm guessing somebody's wondering when I'm actually going to tee off here. Trust me, I want to tee off. Good old Seven Canyons. Beautiful looking course. We'll get some more data on it here in a minute. I'd like to know the slope. I don't know what's going on. I just switched over from my Unicore iMini Lite launch monitor. Maybe that's part of the problem. Let's try this again. Okay, that's 2. That usually means there's actually a connector issue. I'll pause it and be back. Okay, we're back. I didn't want to take a shot without you, but I restarted the lab software for the ProTee VX launch monitor, and now both connectors are showing green. There's our shot. Little draw. Not very far. It didn't feel good. I'm not sure where it hit on the club, but it was not a very pure shot. All right. We're off. We're off. 175 yards to go. Plus some elevation. Man. Where we aimed here? Where we aimed? Where we aimed? It doesn't. Of course we're on the wrong screen. Of course we're on the wrong screen. Where we aimed? Oh crap, I forgot we're at altitude. Sit down. I hit a 5-iron. I perhaps should not have. Looks like we're good though. Peeling these club stickers off. I don't need them anymore. Need to counterweight this bag. It don't want to stay up. All right, we're putting. We're putting for something. Eagle, birdie. You don't need to hit it too terribly hard either. Oh, it wanted to. Damn it. All right. All right. Okay. 363. We've decluttered the simulator a little bit, but we robbed Peter to pay Paul. The stuff's just over here now instead of over here. Enough jibber jabber. Let's hit a ball. Let's see if I can hit something off the sweet spot of this club this time. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Let's try to land one about right there. Much better. See if it'll stay on the fairway though, because the fairway is going left. We will not stay on the fairway, but that's a good shot. 283. 283 yards. 84. I keep thinking my clubs are here because that's where they normally are. I kind of think I should just put them here. Quit being a dork. We can lean the putter right here, I suppose. Except these lab putters, they only like to stay up in one direction. And then move the clubs over here. There, good enough for government work. One of my all-time favorite sayings. "84 yards. Let's give ourselves a fighting chance. Don't quite want to hit 84. That is not going to get there, folks. We'll see if we can overcome the bad shot there with some putting magic. 41 feet. 41 feet, baby. Uphill. I'm pretty sure that had terrible HLA. Oh, it ain't showing it. I thought it said 3.8 or something. Like real bad, something real bad. Okay, minus 14 here on this particular course, which makes me wonder how easy it actually is. There should be brackets in these leagues. You shouldn't have guys who are damn near pro golfers in real life playing against guys like me who are 20 plus handicap. Like in the leagues I play in real life, they just don't let everybody just go at each other. They have us in brackets, in flights. Not like everybody's comparing gross scores. Because and I'm not turning this into one of those sarcastic videos, but nobody cares about net score. Everybody's all about gross score, gross score, gross score, even though for some reason most of us know what our handicap is. We still don't use it. We don't use the handicap the way it was intended to be used, and that's to determine net score. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. Perhaps do a little bit of research, or don't. Nice toey shot out of the frying pan into the fire. I really have to put my ball closer to the hosel on these clubs. It's killing me. Anyway, gross score, net score. What is the point of having a handicap if nobody actually uses it to determine anything? Thoughts, food for thought. That would have been a really awesome shot had it not been for that tree, but I am the person who hit into the tree, so that's okay. I know my heart's not in it because I'm not calculating my putts the way I normally do. We're downhill. I'd say that that's a pretty piss poor read there for a bogey, for a bogue. 485 yards. That bogey just erased the birdie we got earlier. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm easily entertained. That should be just fine. Definitely not off the sweet spot though. It felt pretty funny. 235. Let's bust out the 3-wood. Let's bust out the old 3-wood. I have not been able to hit my woods on the golf course. Something comes over me and I just can't hit them. I don't know what it is. They don't do that on the golf course, I'll tell you that. Yeah, buddy. Flying Fat Kid says he says hello. He says hello to all of Turbo Talon's viewers. Flying Fat Kid says hello, everybody. He's a bit more famous than I am. I don't think either of us are famous. Oh, get up there. That was a good little chip shot. You turd. Okay, at least we're putting for birdie. Holy crap, how far did that ball go? Oh, okay, driver then 3-wood. I was like, how am I putting for birdie? Oh, shite. Shiza. Too hard. I felt that as soon as it came off the putter head. It is what it is. We're having a good time. We're still shooting even. I think I shot 14 over and around this morning using the Unicore iMini Lite. Here's a fun little hole. I actually played a hole just like this when I was playing in Scotland on my vacation. Very high elevation. So you really had to be smart about how far you hit the ball because you're not going to hit this 148. It's actually going to play a lot shorter. It's going to play, you know, let's call it 125, right? So hit whatever your 125 club is, and then also remember we're at altitude, which is some of the fun about GS Pro. Is one course you'll play is at, get up there, one course you'll play is at, you know, sea level, and then this one's at 4,600 feet, which there probably aren't a lot of people who are used to playing at 4,600 feet. Well, that's about the weirdest damn thing I've ever seen. Somebody's asking me, I'm not even going to say what the hell that was for. It's nothing gross though, don't get weird. So this putt's uphill. It's downhill, then it's uphill. And it's breaking right to left. Not sure what I'm looking at here. I know I need to hit it about 15 feet. Let's call it 16. Oh, that sucks. We are leaving birdies on the table, left, right, and center here, guys. It makes my heart hurt. Oh, I promised you guys I would look up the slope. Let me look at the slope of this course. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So Seven Canyons Golf Course is in Sedona, California. It says it's a par 71. This says par 72. And it says it has a slope rating of 142, which is super high. That can't be right. What? 5,576 yard tees. Okay. So it says the 5,500 yard tees is a 120 slope, which is barely above. A 113 is an easy course. 155 is the hardest course on the planet, and the slope of this course is 120. There you go. You're all caught up. I think I maybe should be doing better than I am, but pretty sure I think that every round. I don't like being in bunkers, and I'm pretty sure I'm either going to be OB or in the bunker. So I'm going to take this little 7-wood here and just try to poke something over onto the fairway or close to it. But I really don't like bunkers. Like, I despise them. I think we're gonna be okay unless we get a really crummy bounce. Mission accomplished, question mark? I don't know. 127 to the pin. We're gonna come off this lie to the right. Let's maybe aim for the right side of the green and watch what this ball does. It's gonna pop off to the right. It's really weird how GS Pro has it do this, but I mean, it's fine. Like, we have no choice. Well, and then the one time I was absolutely positive it was gonna do what I said, it didn't. That's life, I guess, folks. Anyhow, not a bad shot at all. I'll take it all day long. Let's chip. $15. We don't need to quite go 15, right? Get in the damn circle. Ah. It's okay. Let's see if we can make this here putt. I think we can make it. 10-footer if you include the slope. Nope. That was a good putt too. Another damn bogey. Okay. I'm a 22 handicap in real life, USGA handicap, and I realize that playing in the simulator is much easier than playing in real life. You've got a lovely lie every time. Your ass is never up against the OB fence or anything like that. So what I've done is just arbitrarily said, and this might not be worth a crap, but I'm basically playing as, I don't know, like a 15 or so handicap in the simulator. Is that right? Is that wrong? I don't know, but maybe let's knock 10 strokes off because I failed to check the thing I was going to check in the last video to see what my actual GS Pro handicap is. But let's say I'm playing as a 12 handicap here because the simulator is much more kind than the outdoor golf is, obviously. I kind of like this cleaner look of the simulator area here. I don't know what it is, just doing something for me. Downhill is gonna kind of, right as the ball slows down, it's gonna want to brake more. Or is it uphill? Dude, I don't know. Oh, we just left another birdie on the table, dude. Oh, man. That pisses me off. 150. Absolutely beautiful golf course, though. If you guys haven't played this, go in, play it, bookmark it, favorite it. It's gorgeous. And depending on how hard you want the course to be, you can change what tee you play from. That's what I like. Also, I love hot air balloons, but I wasn't going to mention anything. Anyway, I'm going to hit an 8-iron here. You're either in the water, on the green, or in a bunker. So I'm just going to aim for the center of the green. I hate bunkers, and I hate taking penalty strokes. Park, sit. Okay, you'd be pretty happy with that shot in real life. Well, I would. Ball's gonna wanna roll right when it comes out of this here thingamabobber. Let's try to hit it about 7 or 8. Oh, it's still gonna make me putt. I carried it 7 yards and it still rolled out way, out. We're on 11 stimp, but it's got 2 exclamations next to it. I still don't know what that means exactly. 14 feet if you count the uphill. I am misreading putts so bad today, guys. Another bogey. Okay. +2. That's fine. If we're playing a 12 handicap today, that doesn't mean you're going to shoot 12 over. It means that you could shoot 12 over. Then we need to be at an 84, around an 84. Okay, you got a very juicy landing spot here, which is 7-wood territory. And then as you try to progress further up, you see the fairway necks down pretty bad. That's what I like about golf amongst many, many things is you got to make choices. It's kind of like life. Like there's sometimes you need to make choices. Like, do I land in the sweet spot area about 215 out, or do I bust out driver and see if I can stay somewhere useful? If that'll sit, we should be okay, but it did not sit. It is hot and it's gone. We've got a nasty downhill lie, and we're 166 out. I'm going to get out of here with an 8-iron. It won't go there, but if you hit out of a downhill lie with a low lofted club, you are going to not be a happy camper. See how much loft that took away from me? We still might be near the green even. Or on it? No, barely not on it. And then I'm really enjoying this Carl's Place or SIG preferred hitting insert. It's a lot more realistic than the Softy was. Oh, get in there. Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Did you guys know you have to vacuum your simulator? I have a vacuum right here. So much crap gets in here, especially if it's in your garage. Like I got grass clippings over here, all kinds of crap people track in. Mama's parked right here. Sometimes you gotta vacuum your simulator, as weird as that sounds. All right, this is a risky hole because if you choose to go for the second fairway, there's a bunker here to keep you honest, and then I doubt that area is more than about 25 yards wide. But since we're playing a video game and I'm hitting well below my handicap right now, let's go ahead and blast a ball off the tee and see what happens. Stay on the tee. Thank you, please and thank you. Oh, that was almost awesome, dude. We didn't hit it worth a crap. We only carried 195. And now it's calling this deep rough with a pretty severe uphill, 14 degrees up. So if you hit a 58-degree wedge, you're in effect hitting like a 72-degree wedge, right? So you're going to want to hit a higher or a lower lofted club, not as hard, is what I'm trying to say. So a 48 is going to turn into a 60-something pitching wedge. Let's try a light pitching wedge and see what happens. Just choke down on it. Don't beat the hell out of the ball. And see how damn high that pitching wedge went? It's hard to see that in the simulator. If you're on an uphill lie in real life and on the golf course, it's very easy to see that you're on an uphill lie. Like you're standing like this. But in the simulator, you've essentially got to do a little bit of math and just realize that the simulator is here to give you reps. I've gotten good putt feel from the sim, but this simulator can't simulate uphill and downhill lies. I think there are some that can, but this particular one does not. That read was so bad. That was so bad. How did that happen? I want a forensics exam on how that happened. A hot wash. Oh my goodness. Completely unnecessary bogey. Somebody put a question in the chat to one of my recent videos, and it said, essentially it said, do you think the simulator has improved your golf game? I was at the golf course yesterday and shot like a 97. And you can see in here I'm 3 over. A 97 is 25 over. And it got me thinking, yes, the simulator has definitely helped me out with a lot of parts of my game. But the consistency's not there yet because I'm too new of a golfer. I can hit good shots, and I do hit good shots, but I'm just not consistent. Golf's about consistency. So it got me thinking, but yeah, consistency is one of those things I kind of lack. At the golf course, I shot 8 over on the front 9. I thought I was going to be, you know, somewhere safely in the high 80s. And then my consistency was no good on the back 9, and I ended up shooting a 97. For those of you who are doing public math, that's 50 plus strokes on the back 9. You got to play 18 holes of good golf to have a good score. To have a bad score, you only need to play like 3 or 4 bad holes. Watch, right? Like it'll tank your entire score. I don't mind 2-putting. You can't reasonably expect a 1-putt out of most greens unless you landed your ball right next to the pin, but like professional golfers don't land their ball next to the pin very often. They want you to think they do by only showing you highlight reels, but it's not actually that frequent. That's going to be in the deep rough, methinks. I'm hitting from behind a rock. In real life, we know that rocks are solid objects that balls will not go through, right? They will not occupy the same space at the same time. In GS Pro, this rock has no mass. It takes up no space. Meaning we can just hit out of here as if it's not there. That sucks. I don't think you'd really play this shot. Maybe you'd play it with a super high lofted club. So I'm not going to take a sim drop, but I am going to assume that with my 58-degree wedge, I could reasonably expect to get this ball up in the air and onto the green. And that's part of the reason that your scores are so good in the simulator, is because shots like this would be incredibly difficult and frustrating in real life. But because I know that rock doesn't have any colliders, and neither does the bush, I no longer care. I might as well be in the middle of the fairway at this point. I don't have to worry about those objects. I just need to worry about the speed knock I'm going to take, the speed. I'm going to lose speed because I'm hitting out a deep rough, but that's all I know and all I care about. If we were closer to the rock and it had no colliders, I would take a sim drop to keep it like, you know, realistic. But you can see there was no harm, no foul, no penalty out of there other than the lie. The power loss from the lie. You can see that in GS Pro we hit 59 yards a carry. In the lab software we hit 81 yards a carry. So I did take quite a penalty there on power, but that's all I had to worry about because nothing had colliders modeled for it. That's why I keep saying this is a video game. Don't take it too seriously. Oh my God, I made a putt. See, there's no way you were going to get a birdie on that hole in real life. Sitting behind that rock and that bush, you weren't doing that. It's not happening. Okay, you've got a very short par 4 here. You've got to make some decisions. Hitting out of sand traps in real life is very difficult. I don't recommend anybody do it. And because the altitude we're at, I just don't like this at all. I don't really like it at all. I'm gonna hit an iron off the tee, set ourselves up for a shot in. Because in real life, I wouldn't chase that green. So that was our 5-iron. It carried 190. And we're in a good position. There's a fly on my impact screen. And if I hit him, he will splatter. Get out of here, dude. I already tried to let you out of the garage once earlier and you didn't do anything. You Stupid fly. Okay, 44 over the bunker. I should have played a little bit more back from this bunker, but I did not. Sit. Oh, that's looking real good. We'll take that. Another bird. Certainly celebrate your birdies, especially if they're in real life. But move on. What do we got here? Let's zoom out a little. Make this bigger so you can see what I'm thinking. If you got a hold of a golf ball, you could feasibly get it over here, but this is a par 5, and if I can get it right there, I got a 160 in. If I get it right here, I still got to hit a second shot, so it doesn't matter. So let's just hit a little 7-wood and get over somewhere useful, and then see if we have a shot into the green or not, instead of being a hero and trying to go for the green. Okay, we're screwed anyway. It was a valiant effort. How did we hit that ball? Healy. We hit it Healy. Sometimes my woods are on fire and sometimes they're trash. I don't know what it is. I just know that we have an awful long way to go to the pin. And so I am going to lay up right there with an 8-iron and just get out of here. Nice and fat. I'm really digging this mat. It does not pull any punches. Nice fat shot there, and it got me. I thought I'd hate it, but I actually really like it. All right, this ball's going to want to come out of this lie to the right. I appreciate the realism of this preferred mat. Oh boy, that was trash. What happened there? Little hosel rocket? Oh yeah. Okay. All right, so we've turned this scoring opportunity into not one. Left. We got a lot of green to play with. We should be fine. 50 yards. We know the ball is going to roll out. Don't quite hit 50 yards. Ooh, that'd have been sexy. That'd have been on the pin. Now we're putting for par. We're putting for our lives. I've been misreading breaks pretty bad. Pretty bad. So I'm just going to hit something to get it near the pin. Oh, that was close. That was closer than normal. Couple of stupid shots turned that scoring opportunity on that short par 5 into a bogey. And that's life. Okay, I can drive this green, but the ball's going to land about right there and then roll into a bunker. We can try to drive the green from right here with a 7-wood. If I can get it in the air and get it straight. Okay, do we do the same thing again? It's not OB, but it's not great. You're hitting next to a damn cactus. What do you expect? You're in Sedona, Arizona. Sedona rhymes with Arizona. Ball's going to want to go right out of this lie, and you've got to basically build in 25% of slop. So we got to hit like 65 plus yards, maybe 70 because we're going uphill. Just keep that in mind. Come back, come back. Here you've got a decision to make. I would personally putt, because if your chip is off at all, you're dead. You're downhill. You just want to get the ball moving and let it roll in near the pin here. I'd say that that is a good outcome, especially after that crummy drive, right? What decisions do we need to make here? There's some bunkers on the right that are ready and willing to catch your drive if you so choose to let them. I'm going to hit about right there and see where the dust settles. When you're at 4,500 feet of altitude, you're looking at damn near a 10% gain in distance from what you're used to if you live at like sea level, right? I don't love it, and I also don't love the fact that I can't see my ball. We are here behind some sort of tree, and we got to hit 180 out of deep rough is more like a 200 and something yard shot, so you're not going to do that. Just get your butt on the fairway, take your lumps. If you want to try to smash a low lofted club out of here and maybe get it over to the green, that's fine, be my guest. That is not the club I would play out of this lie. There's your little layup shot. Little beauty. Chip over this crud and get yourself next to the pin. 67 yards clean. You don't have to worry about any calculations. You just know you probably ought to hit about 58, 60 yards. Or hit a flyer, whichever you choose. It wasn't a flyer, it was thin and toward the heel. Flyer is something different. It's the best I could come up with in the moment. I apologize. Ball's going to want to break right out of this lie. And then it ain't going to do a whole bunch after that, but I would say aim about there. You're all downhill. This is a very dangerous shot because you got 39 feet minus 24. You only need to hit this about 15 feet. If you use your little aiming stick, 15, 5, you only need to hit it about that far, right? So I'm going to pretend that I'm trying to hit this. This is where the hole is, and we'll see where the ball actually lands. It should be somewhere near the pin, the actual pin. Good enough for government work, but I wouldn't say that is where I thought it would stop. I need to douse myself with water. It is quite warm in here. Use the power of evaporative cooling, guys. Same thing as a swamp cooler does. Okay, we're 17th hole. You can see it's just a narrow straight hole. And there is a bunker waiting to catch your drive. What do? Do you try to fly the bunker? Can you hit that far? Can you carry 260? You probably can't. So I am going to lay up right here with the 7 wood and then have a shot into the green, because no matter what, You're going to probably take 2 shots to get to the green unless you are a very, very, very lucky individual and you happen to hit a shot that just happens to roll up on the green with driver. All right, that's right where we wanted it. I hope it stops rolling, but it feels like we're going uphill, so we should be fine. Except it says we're downhill. Course management's important, people. Do that. Do it. Now we have 88 into the pin. You got a good chance of being on in 2. You're not hitting out of a bunker. You're not doing stupid things and hitting stupid shots. Right? The pin's a little bit below us. I would say we would probably want to hit 78 yards here. A little more carry than I wanted, but I think we can get this ball in the cup. Well, no, I've been misreading these greens pretty bad. Let's aim right there and see what happens. You only need to hit it about 6 feet 4 inches. Yep, overshot it. We're fine. Pars are good. 18th hole, hard to believe we're already here. This is going to play 181. We got a little bit of crosswind. What I suggest doing is aiming for the center of the green like a smart person would. And if you go long, you're just going to be in the rough. If you're short, you're going to be in the bunker. And a greenside bunker is 50% penalty on most courses in GS Pro. So you got to do a little bit of calculating, and you got to try to hit a shot that's double the power you would expect it to be. Anyhow, I don't know if I have a club that can get me reliably there, but I will try this one. Try to hit this 6-iron a little pure. I mean, I always try to hit them pure, but sometimes it don't work. That was pure. That was the right club. We're just a little offline. Looks like we got a bit of a members bounce. I am not mad at that. Pretty damn hard to be mad at that. Where does this club go? Come on. All right, this putt is 16 feet, not counting the uphill lie. It's breaking hard left to right. Excuse me, right to left. That's probably too much. Just get your ball near the cup and take your par. Okay, probably aren't going to miss that putt, right? That concludes the round. Pretty good scorecard. You had a handful of bogeys and a very small handful of birdies, but again, the slope on this course is only 120, so it's slightly harder than like a, I don't know, think of your super easy neighborhood course where everybody goes to get trashed. It's slightly harder than that course. Hell, your home course where everybody goes to get trashed might actually be harder than this course. 2 over par, I was shooting as a 12 handicap. Let's look at the stats and then go see what my real GS Pro handicap is. And we'll compare it to my on-course handicap, and everybody can have a good chuckle. 10 pars, 3 birdies, 5 bogeys, beautiful scorecard, no complaints. We had 32 putts, which is a little bit unusual. That's almost 2 putts per green. Green in regulation 11, beautiful, 5 fairways. Not a big deal. These fairways weren't very large. So let's get out of here and let's go check out my on GS Pro handicap, whatever it has been calculating for. It's been calculating it for a while now. Okay, it's saying I'm a 4 handicap. GS Pro's saying I'm a 4 handy in the simulator, but my USGA on-course handicap is 22. Like, it's probably higher now after yesterday's round. Let's actually check it out. USGA handicap. It says my hot streak ended. Damn it. My feelings are hurt. Okay. Yesterday's round, I don't think it counted. It might have. It was a 97. If you guys don't understand how handicaps are calculated, go find that information out. But in short, your handicap is the best you could reasonably expect to play that day. It doesn't mean that you're always going to shoot a 72 plus 22, which is a 94. It doesn't mean you're always going to shoot a 94. Like yesterday, I shot a 97. A few weeks ago, I was hungover as hell at the golf course and shot like a 106. It's just the best you could reasonably expect to play on that given day. So anyway, my GS Pro handicap is 4. And my on-course handicap is 22. That's a pretty wide variance. That's a 16, that's a 18 stroke variance. So why don't we split it down the middle, go 9, and say my handicap is, let's just say, I don't know, 12 handicap in the simulator, because this is not correct. Anyway, I've jibber-jabbered about that enough. I appreciate you guys watching. Let's exit out of here. And we'll see you guys in the next video, which is probably going to be in like 45 seconds, because I got time for one more round today. And then I am going to go in the house and get ready for work tomorrow, because it's Monday tomorrow. All right, guys. I appreciate you. Have a good day. We'll see you later.